Hello and welcome to this complete Vue JS course for absolute beginners. This is a multi-part series where you'll learn everything you need to know to get started building real-life projects with Vue JS. This is the introduction part where we will talk about what is Vue JS, why you should learn it, what we will be covering throughout this series, what project we are going to be building, and what you need to know to follow along with this course. So let's start by talking about what is Vue JS. Vue is an interactive, component-based single-page application framework. So what does all this mean? Let's learn one at a time. Vue is interactive, meaning that whenever your application's data changes, Vue will notice that and it can perform any operation that you define. For example, if I have an array, I can tell Vue to render a list according to that, and Vue will do that. And not only that, Vue will also monitor our data. So if we delete an item from data, Vue notice that and automatically remove that element from our UI or DOM. So this is called interactivity. Now let's talk about what is a component. A component is a building block of a website. So if we look at GitHub, you'll see we have this navbar. This navbar here, this is a component. This sidebar here, this is a component. This content section here, we can think of this as a component. Now these cards inside this component, we can think of them as also a component. So a component can also be made out of components, or a component can have many child components inside that. So what are the benefits of using a component? So instead of writing HTML for all these cards, you can create a component for that, and then whenever you need to use a card, you can simply use that component. So components are usable and they makes our development much faster. Finally, let's talk about what is a single page application. Does a single page application means our website will only have one page? Well, the answer is yes and no. Okay, let me explain. Let's look at GitHub again. If I now go to another page, as you can see, the URL is reloading and we are now in a different page. But now if I look at this page or this website, if I now navigate to another page, you will see the page is changing but the URL is not reloading. So what is happening is we are staying on the same page, but only the contents here is getting updated. So this gives us an illusion of navigating to another page. So this is called a single page application. So the benefit of single page application is, in case of this GitHub, when we navigated to this page from this page, we had the navbar already there. But now since we are in different page, the navbar had to be rendered again, and the CSS and JavaScript for this have to be rendered again. So this is slower. But in case of single page application, this navbar here is in all the page. So this is staying. This is not rendering again. Only the content that are changing is updated. So this is much more performant and faster. Okay, so why you should even learn Vue JS? Well, Vue is easy to use. It makes development process intuitive and fun. The job market for Vue JS is also very good. Now let's talk about what we will be covering in this course. This will be a complete course teaching development to deployment of a Vue app. Throughout this series, we will be covering all the core concepts of Vue JS like components, reactivity, event handling, routing, props, events, lifecycle methods, filtering, and much more. Okay, now let's see what we're going to be building in this video. Okay, but before that, would you mind liking this video? You did? Okay, thank you. Okay, so we're going to be building this interactive Trello type management board. So as you can see, we have a basic navigation or routing in place. If we want, we can add a new board. So you can just click on this new board button and this will bring a modal, and here you can give the name of your board. So for example, if I say test board, and if you want, you can also select a color for the board. So let me just choose this color and click on submit. As you can see, our board was created, and you can add an item. So for example, I can say something like subscribe to my channel. Kindly do that, it really helps me. And of course the priority of this should be high. And as you can see, the item was added to our board. And not only that, if you want, you can sort the items as you want. So as you can see, I can drag and drop them to sort them out. And also you can delete the item, you can delete the entire board. And we're going to be using pure CSS to build this. So if you are weak in CSS, this course will also improve your CSS skill. Also one more thing is, we're going to be using local storage to save our data. So if I refresh this page, as you can see, our data was not lost. So if I add items, for example, if I say test item, and if I leave this field empty, the priority will be low by default. So I can click on submit and I can refresh the page, and you can see the data is still there. So we're saving the data in local storage. So this will be an intermediate to advanced level project that you can add to your resume. Now since Vue is a web framework, you need to know HTML, CSS and JavaScript to be able to follow along. So I hope you're excited for this. So subscribe now and turn on the notifications so you will get notified when I upload the next video. Okay, that's all for now. In the next part we will be covering installation and setup.